Hey, big thanks to LongevityShopping.com for sponsoring this interview series. We're at the Newport Beach Investor Conference. We couldn't do it without LongevityShopping.com. If you have not checked out the website, definitely do that. I'm here with the founder right now, Brad Turner. Hey, Brad, big thanks for sponsoring us and bringing us out here today.
Oh, we're so excited, Adam, and I'm so glad you're here doing a great job as usual, man. We have a great lineup of people that you're interviewing, and it's just a really great event as always.
LongevityShopping.com. Check it out. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to apply. All right, so today we are in Newport Beach at the Newport Beach Investor Conference, and let me tell you, we've been meeting with investors, we've been companies that are raising capital. There was a pitch competition, tons of booths, a whole area there, and saw a bunch of different technology, so lots of fun here. And next on the show is Corbin. So Corbin, welcome.
Hey, welcome.
All right, so this is one of my favorite conferences. It gives me an excuse to make it down to Newport, #1, and there's always a great crowd. So have you been to one of these before? Is this
No, this is my first time. Yeah, it's exciting. Some incredible technology and people. Everybody has been so friendly.
Yeah.
You know, and you love the collaboration. I mean, there was a robot out of there. That's what I want in my house.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to be here, and such great ways to either invest or raise capital for your company. So I'm excited to be here.
Awesome.
It's nice to meet you.
So talk a little bit about your company and what you're up to.
Yeah, that's great. You know, the company's name is Biodentrix, and it's really a passion of mine, and that I've had really a visual and a dream to help create. I was a dentist. I'm now retired.
Yeah.
And after retirement and having gone through 25 years of practicing dentistry, I really saw the evolution of a dentist's life. My dad's a dentist. I've got two brothers that are practicing dentists currently. And I saw what my dad went through and how he retired. And I said, there's just got to be a different way. Well, I also have a lot of physicians that are in the same boat. It's kind of like dentists. But, you know, they're in that rat race when they got their head down doing their thing, and they really don't have time to look up and enjoy life. So that's what our company is really merging those two modalities, but through something different. Really trying to change the name of dentist. I mean, that gives everybody, you know, immediately goes to the pit of your stomach and anxiety and things like that. More turning the dentist into a healer. I mean, an overall practitioner that it starts in the mouth. I mean, the smile is really an entrance to your soul. Like,
what was it? I gotta stay back in the day here.
Yeah.
Family, a dentist. What do you, man? Dinner table talk, holidays. What was it like growing
we
up
talked
like
about
that?
root canals and you know, that patient this and yeah. I mean, we were in the beginning all the time, and now we're not talking about it at all. So, but my dad was our mentor. I mean, and we were able to collaborate, share.
That's cool.
And when we got out of dental school, we were light years ahead of the other dentists, because he was right there, you know, teaching us about the things and his challenges. And dentistry is such a relationship type of profession. I mean, you can see people from when they were small till they're married, till they have kids. And that's why I went into dentistry. I really thought medicine, you know, is the way to go. Maybe I'll be a plastic surgeon. But I really knew it was that connection to our patients.
And you might have been banished from the family. I don't know. No son of mine's coming home and being a plastic. You know, we're dentist family.
You know, my dad actually had us read books that said, choose, you know, professions. We go meet professionals, and we all end up being dentists. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Testament to your dad, too. Big shout out there.
He's amazing. You know, Dr. Gary Matthews, and he's my mentor, and I mean, just my idol. So I really appreciate it. But I knew there was more that we could do.
How did you, take me to that, either that moment or that progression to when you knew there was more we can do. Like, what did that look like? And the reason I asked that question, by the way, is because a lot of entrepreneurs out there, a lot of executives that watch this show, and sometimes we have ideas or we have this thing, but we don't push through. Like, what was it like for you when you decided to build on something that is arguably very hard to build on?
Right. Well, it was actually duplicating yourself. Dentists think, I do it the best. They're coming for me, and no one else can be doing it better because it's very technical.
Podcasters think the same thing. No,
well, I think everybody does. No one can do it like me.
Whether or not we admit it or not, right?
Right. And my dad could never leave the practice or his business for more than 3 days, because who was going to cover? There was emergencies. So I'd say it's back in 2003. I'm like, there's got to be a better way. And duplicating, and that's bringing in a new young blood associate to really start to actually hand over your skill set, and also began to give me a chance to have a normal life. The day that it changed it, though, was in 2018. I fell asleep heading up to Park City in Utah, and hit a young man, totally falling asleep with two of my kids in the car.
Yeah.
I came out of that accident, actually no injury. My car, if I showed you the picture, you're like, oh my goodness.
How is that possible?
How is it even possible? And the young man spent several months in the hospital, almost died. And I said, there's got to be something different. I was exhausted, working 6 days a week, trying to build, I had 3 practices at the time.
Oh, man.
And I said, I've got to take a step back. I really want to look at this different. And that really started the journey where we grew to 4 to 5 until we formed what we call a DSO, a dental DSO, corporate structure, where now it's called Dentive. We have 113 dental profession practices, but it was to say we got to do it differently.
Yeah.
We got to put the dentist in leadership and then give them a way of life, bringing in the new associates. So that's when it started. It's been, my mind's been churning to now we're quantum healers, kind of thing. So it's so exciting. It's my passion. It's what I love.
Oh, man, that is so exciting. And so what has been obviously that's a lot of dental practices, a lot of dentists.
Yeah.
What's been the feedback on the work overall? I'm just curious from the dental community.
Yeah.
Like what's that been like? Because you're building on a a legacy.
And that's what it is. It's a legacy.
Absolutely.
Passing that on is so important for me. And the model of community and coming together, the dentists are going to do that. They're out there, feeling not scared, but they want to combine and come together.
Of course.
So it's a wonderful. But then you look at medical, and everybody's like, didn't go so well. And so in the DSO, it's great, but it's putting them in a way that they can make the choices for themselves. It's how do I take away all those hard things like marketing and payroll, all those things, so they focus just on the patient. And I really feel that dentists are ready for that. But we're still got a disconnect. Is how is retirement? How can you transition, bringing in new dentists? Because most dental students, you say DSO and they're like, oh, I don't want to do that. But they have no choice. And so it's really making a shift of, hey, this is a community where we join, but it gives you a different plan and an exit. So, we're still working on things, and the profession is going to change, though, because it was stacking just what we call EBITDA. It was like bring them in, but you actually have to make a profit.
Of course.
And so it's adding modalities, Eastern medicine, Western medicine together, right? And things that we can bring in that heal. We can draw blood. We can do things that we're actually a doctor. So we do it within our limits, but the patient base is there.
Wow.
Right? We can market to
and there's
our patient
volume
base
as well.
Oh, totally.
Like when you think about the volume of a dental practice versus maybe some of the other things.
We had 4,000 dental patients in our reactivating.
Wow.
And then really cool modalities like stem cell therapy, cutting edge things. There's red light, there's
how cool would that be to be able to go to the dental office and to be able to handle some of the other things that you were even considering?
Totally.
Especially like when I think about, it hasn't been this way recently, but when I think about growing up, having the same dentist for, I don't know, my entire youth to, let's say, mid-teenage to getting to college years, same dentist. So if I would have had that opportunity to have a further relationship there, that's somebody else trusted. Somebody I knew.
You trust them, and in technology, we're very cutting edge. The things in diagnosis, though we just need the exposure. So if we can remove the things that take up our time, like management, payroll, leading the team. If we can remove that through AI software, that now the phones are answered, the recall's done, the treatment, hey, it's time to come back, the follow-up, and then the team can focus on the customer experience, and then the introduction. So it's really bringing nurse practitioners, bring them together, right? Snore, sleep apnea. It's so clunky right now. Well, you go to a bill to insurance, well, it's no dental insurance covers, medical does. But when I talk to them, they're like, well, you need a physician, number. I'm like, come on, we're the ones that see them the most. But then it's really going into a new era dentist is a very scary word. Everybody, every day. No offense,
It's marketing.
Corbin.
Hollywood.
Yeah,
Hollywood
totally.
did it to you. Hollywood did it to you. No, that's Hollywood.
Right.
All the, I'm not even going to bring up all the series.
Well,
it was Hollywood.
The little, Little Shop of Horrors.
And the original, like now the technology's changed, but if you look at the way back when, like drills and things like that, there was
the
there's a little bit
sound
of
and
noise
things
in
like
there.
that.
Yeah.
So it's holistic dentistry is great too, but we've got to merge. I mean, gently bring it in. And I've got some. I mean, I just know it'll work. So the last part of it is probably the last 8 months. I'm like, Source, God brought this, put it in my head, and I'm like, let's get it out. And so I'm excited to go share. And the relationships I have, people are like, do you know how really to connect with people? I'm like, well, I had to do 4 or 5 in an hour. And if you don't connect with a person really fast, a new patient especially, they're coming in pretty much saying, I hate the dentist. You're already up against that. So it's really connecting and calming them, but it's the whole team that does it. And so, it's exciting times. And with AI, things where you can incorporate and things that really heal besides, just root canal therapy. That's just one portion. So we're going to get there. May take 1,000 years, but I'm going to live that long, so we might as well try.
Man, we're at the Longevity Conference.
Let's go.
Hey, shout out to our sponsor,
That's right.
LongevityShopping.com. You go
I
there.
tell you that.
I'm not going to say my opening line. Let me make some claims today. No, I'm just
really, right? We can't say cure and things like that.
Well, Corbin, I'm telling you, this has been a lot of fun, and shout out to all the dentists and the Corbin and the whole family there. Everybody's like, dude, I love it. That's amazing.
I'm not a dentist anymore. I'm a healer. But our dentists, we're getting there. They're my buddies.
Awesome.
I got to do whatever they can to,
of course.
Hey, let's go on vacation, right? Let's, to finish up, when you look at dentists, they're like number 1 for suicide, number 2 for infidelity. It's really the stress and anxiety and pulling that away. We're healers. Right? It's helping the people heal. And then help them get out to the community where they need to go, specialties and things like that. So anyways, I'm working on it.
Amazing. Last thing I want you to do, Corbin, look into the camera, and how can people follow up? How can they learn more?
Well, so the best way you can learn more is, 1, do your own investigation, do your own research, but you can follow us and find us at www.biodentrix.com. And I'm Dr. Corbin Matthews, and actually I'm a new quantum healer, so call me up and you'll find my avatar, and I'll answer any questions you want.
Fantastic. And for everybody watching, just so you know, we'll definitely put those links in the show notes, so you can just click on the links and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Corbin, man, appreciate you.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you having me on today.